Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boisterous, joined today by Kadoink, bringing you some forum showcase match action. Splaying down here in the bottom right-hand corner of Ohana LE, we have Jazzman as the green Terran. That color is green. And up here in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent, dirtypeasant, as the yellow Protoss. And Kadoink, it sounds like you're sniffling a little bit.
I'm laughing actually.
Oh.
But I'm also sniffling.
Oh,
I'm sniffling and laughing.
Of course. My failure to understand what color green is.
That was hilarious, man. That was the greatest thing that's ever happened in StarCraft 2.
It was the greatest thing.
Yeah, so how's
Sweet.
it going, everybody? I hope you're enjoying yourselves and playing a lot of StarCraft.
Kadoink, you do know that this isn't live, right?
I know, but they're going to be watching the video live, and regardless of what time it is, they better be playing StarCraft.
They should probably just drop a comment saying, "Good, Kadoink. Yay!"
Yay! I'll read it, man. If you post them, I'll read it. I'll even respond back to you.
Oh my god. Of course you will, Kadoink. Well, we have both of our players basically doing the exact same thing as last game, which isn't surprising at all because neither of them is Zerrigan. There's no real way to cheese before you get a pylon or a supply depot up. It looks like we have dirtypeasant dropping his gateway at this point. And we have the barracks coming down from Jazzman, and these guys like to drop buildings in interesting positions.
Yeah, normally you see the Terran player walling off, but Jazzman's doing something that Bomber does. Bomber always builds a supply depot by his refinery.
Yeah.
And it's just because that's like a little bit quicker, and it's better than having it in the back in a lot of situations, because let's say you're in a TVT and you put your supply depot in the back, Banshees can just kill it. You know, they can just outrage it. So I kind of like it. It's kind of cool, Jazzman.
Yeah, and it's also a pretty nice spot to have it just in case of like ling run-bys and stuff. You can put that up and kind of create a bottleneck there, which
absolutely
makes it so that less of your SCVs die if you have to fight them head on before your Marines get there.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a great little building placement. I never do it. I just wall off.
Well, you know, force of habit.
Yeah, force of habit. Actually, I used to not wall off, and then I started to because I just lost like 2 zealots all the time. Because I'd be like, no, I don't need a bunker, and I don't need a wall, and
then you would
2 zealots would just run in and kill me, and I'd be like, this is crap. I'm just gonna build a bunker.
Well, we do have the Nexus coming down for a dirtypeasant at the front of his natural base, which is interesting because he only went for 1 gateway. Usually, if you drop this fast of a Nexus, like, you instantly start building a 2nd gateway just because units are good at holding stuff off.
Yeah, one gate expands are pretty common in PvT, but the interesting thing is, what will the follow-up be? You usually see more gateways added on, and then they go into Colossi, and I don't know, it's pretty good because you can get Colossus up right before Terran players get their Vikings up. So we'll see if dirtypeasant can do this, or if he can be optimal or not. He is getting a 2nd gas, indicating that he does want to go for some sort of tech, but we'll see what he decides to do.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like he's mainering, what, 4 probes down there, and I don't know, where did the phrase mainer come from?
StarCraft 1 player who would do that. Nobody had thought of it. It's like a simple concept that, like, when you have another base, you should just send some of your workers so that your 2 bases are kind of even, so that they kind of grow evenly.
Yeah.
And he was a player who did that as dirtypeasant puts down his robotics facility. But he was like, I guess, one of the first ones to do it and be recognized for it, and that's where that comes from.
Thank you for the StarCraft history lesson.
I think I could be totally ignorant to the actual story, but that's
fine.
What I mean, I heard the story like 2 years ago, so it's been
we're the 2 with the microphones, alright? We can be ignorant as much as we want.
That's true. That's true. So, what do you think of this early robo? I don't like it. I think it's a really bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. You definitely want more gateways before you go for your robo tech. Just because the first 2 units out of a robo are not that useful against bio at all. And bio is probably the most common thing to go for as a Terran player. So, I mean, unless you super rush to Colossus, it's really not worth it.
Absolutely. I'd like to make note of the Marine on the left side of the map that's going around scouting for pylons. That is so like crucial in a lot of TVPs, and a lot of Terran players don't do it. and then a pylon will go down and they'll get 4-gated, and they'll say, well, how do I scout an early aggression? You know, how do I scout early, you know, attacks? And that's how you do it. You just check for pylons around the map.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going up to 6 gateways for Dirty Peasant. That's quite a few gateways, actually. 7, no, 6. 6, I can count. It's all good.
Yeah, I actually really like this out of him. I think this is the first really good move he's made. He was floating a lot of minerals, and then the last game he only had 5 gateways, which wasn't a lot.
Yeah, that was a little bit awkward.
I will say I don't like the Immortal that's coming out. I mean, I guess you have to because you built that Robo and you gotta have units or you'll just die. But it's kind of a bit of a waste.
Yeah, especially because of that scouting marine that just popped into the main base. I mean, if you see one stalker in the main base of a Protoss player, you kind of either smell blood in the water or you just go for a third base. And you're kind of safe either way, because if you only see one stalker, there's not a whole lot they can do to attack you. We have 3 bunkers currently going down at the front of Jazzman, so we see a little bit of turtle play coming out from Jazzman this game as he goes up to, what, 5 barracks? Yeah, 5 barracks, along with a factory, which is probably just going to get swapped out with a starport and then used to scout.
Yeah, he seems really paranoid. I mean, he has that SCV there, he has 3 bunkers, which you really don't need. I mean, this army that's coming up right now would die to 1 bunker.
Yeah.
And all the Marines. But, you know, he can salvage them. He'll only lose 50 minerals from salvaging the 2 on the right and left, and it's not going to end up being that big of a deal. So, better to have a little bit of a, you know, a defense and then not lose than to have nothing and then lose. So.
Yeah, definitely. However, the 5 barracks, I guess it makes perfect sense because he's going for like full bio, and the first 2 of his barracks only have tech labs on them. Yeah. So I'm guessing that we're going to see at least 1 more reactor and maybe 1 more reactor, but probably 1 more tech lab? My voice got really high there for a second because I was questioning my theory.
Yeah.
And we see Dirty Peasant just going with full-on, you know, Immortal production, which I hate to say it, but it's kind of bad. I mean, against Marines never do more than 10 damage in a shot, ever.
Yeah, and we have Terran player getting a little bit chopped up by the Protoss army right now.
Yeah, that was some bad positioning.
Yeah, super bad, and he's actually kind of lucky he has all those bunkers now, because Protoss army is going to have to back out. But look at this, a lot of Stalkers, a lot of Zealots. I'd like to see some more sentries to make sure he can force field so the Terran player can't repair. But at the same time, he's just going to be able to move over to the left and kill this command center.
Oh, no cancel going down our command center too, which is a little bit rough. That's basically 400 minerals down the drain. And it would appear that the Protoss army is just getting ready to move up into the base of the Terran player. However, this wall is reasonable. I mean, it's not the greatest thing. It's not the best situation to be in, but it's not bad. It looks like we have Jazzman going for a little bit of a drop at this point, which just seems weird to me.
Yeah, and the Protoss army is doing a lot of damage here to the Terran army, but I think the Terran might be able to hold.
I think the Protoss army might be able to take the natural, but it definitely won't be able to get up into the main base with those 2 bunkers.
Yeah.
The Terran army now moving in for a big engagement. There are currently no force fields sitting on the Protoss army, so it will be no way to really, you know, lock out this Terran force. And reasonable micro from Dirty Peasant is actually going to be, you know, reasonable micro from the Dirty Peasant. He does pull back to the bunkers, which is a good decision. He now has kind of a defensive point. Natural is forced to lift up and move out. And this might just be a death march for Dirty Peasant.
Yeah, Dirty Peasant definitely looking like he can seal the deal, but he's got to make sure he's continually reinforcing his units and not attacking into those bunkers as much as he can. But a little bit of a high ground advantage for Jazzman at this time, but actually he's going to be able to push it out.
Huh. And that was a big army for Dirty Peasant. That was a whole ton of money all locked up in that. In fact, I don't think he's even gone for a robotics bay yet. No, he has not. That was basically just the 6-gate robo pushed out. He was kind of hoping to end the game with, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was incredible because now Jazzman is at 1-1, whereas before he was just at +1 attack. He's got a 3rd base built. He has, you know, a starport with reactor pumping out medevacs. And now he's just going to be taking map control and retaking his 3rd, and I think he should be fine. If we look at the income tab, it's in Dirty Peasant's favor, but that's because the natural was just killed or forced away.
Yeah.
And Jazzman is going to quickly catch back up to Dirty Peasant.
Yeah, especially with those 4 mules down at the natural, we're actually probably going to see him take the lead in income for a little bit. And in fact, he does, because mules are crazy.
Super good.
Super good. We do have the command center currently building in the main base. That looks like it's going to be going for kind of like that 5th expansion position, just based on its location.
Nope. Fooled you. It's going back.
It's going to float forever.
Troll base. But at the meantime, we have Jazzman going up to the 3rd of Dirty Peasant. He is going to be able to take that out, I think.
Yeah, Dirty Peasant doesn't have a whole lot to defend right now because he went Zealots, but yet again, he did not grab Charge.
No cancel there on the Nexus.
Oh, actually, that's very rough. So both of our players here have lost the base without canceling it. It looks like we have a little bit of stimming against rocks. Not the best decision in almost any situation.
Terrible decision, actually. But Jazzman's going to be moving up. He's going to see a lot of Stalkers and Zealots, and I don't know if he's going to really want to engage, but all the Zealots behind the Stalkers is actually pretty good for him, so he can do some nice little stutter step micro if he wants and, kill the Zealot force off.
And we're going to just see the Zealots absolutely melt to this giant army. A couple of the medevacs might go down here, but in fact, only one manages to fall. And this is why you have to wait for Charge before you start building this many Zealots.
Yeah, absolutely. Zealots just getting creamed, even probes in the fray that are getting picked off.
Yeah.
And look how small the Terran army is. Like, supply definitely in, well, actually, I don't know. The supply's actually in the Terran's favor, but that just could be probe count, or SCV count.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it just doesn't really matter how small your army is if you're facing against something that you can kite basically permanently. Because the only things that were actually dealing damage were like the 4 Stalkers in that engagement and the 1 Immortal. And even, the Immortal isn't amazingly effective because it's against, Marines. But now with this much more Stalker-heavy composition, I think we might see this Terran army fall, but not before dealing some heavy damage to the Protoss force. I'm surprised he hasn't started picking this up and running it away.
Ooh, a nice surround there by Jazzman.
So these guys are kind of just going to be trapped in this valley until they die, which is a little bit rough.
Yeah, that was actually really cool to watch, though. And now he's just going to move straight up into the main, and if these force fields don't land right, Jazzman's just going to win right here.
Yeah, basically. I mean, even if the force fields do land right, there's not enough units here, especially because force fields aren't really that great for Zealots at all.
Yeah, terrible for Zealots.
So we're going to see Jazzman probably pick up the win here, which is kind of impressive considering what happened to him early in the game.
Yeah, a very effective early attack by Dirty Peasant, but he just didn't follow it up correctly. And now now he's paying the price for it. His Nexus going down, as well as the rest of his army, and that's going to be it.
Yep, and there's the GG from Dirty Peasant as he drops out of the game, and that was a good game.
That was a great game. Congratulations, Jazzman, for taking the win in this little best of 3 between you and Dirty Peasant. Very fun to watch.
Yeah, very well played. So anyway, Kadoink, where can they find any of your videos?
Well, you can check me out at Non-Esports. We are a German StarCraft 2 team. I'm not German, but I'm their commentator. And so you should definitely check out their YouTube channel. Just type Non-Esports into the search bar and you'll find us. You can also check out Kadoink Studios. That's my own personal channel. It's gotten a little bit of... It's gone... I haven't uploaded too much recently because I had finals and then I had vacation and now I'm dealing with some FPS issues, but if you want to see the bulk of my work, go check out Non-Esports and subscribe to that channel, because I upload there every week.
Yep, and I still don't understand how you got onto a German teams to be their commentator.
I don't know, but it's awesome. I love those guys. They're incredible players. They're all Master League, and they're all really, really good. And they send me replays every week, and I cast them and upload them every Saturday, and I missed last week because of traveling, and I'm going to put 2 up this week, and they're really good games, so check them out.
It's still weird. But anyway, guys, if you want to check out any of the videos I have commentated, you can head over to youtube.com/user/boisteroussc2. Also, if you would like your games commentated, you can send them on into me at boisteroussc2@gmail.com. So anyway, guys, this is Boisterous.
It's a Kadoink.
Signing out.